Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Cancer, September 11, 2022. The Sun heads into your solar 8th house today, and will travel through this sector of sharing and intimacy for a month. There can be a stronger focus on emotional or material support in your life, power dynamics in close relationships, and personal development within. You crave deeper connections to people or projects in the weeks ahead. You have the chance to make lasting improvements to your life by going deep. It can be an excellent time for exploring a particular topic of interest in more depth. Your private world assumes more importance, and you notice the hidden elements of circumstances and people around you. Today, however, you might come to a satisfying agreement on broader issues with a significant someone. If your lover and/or romantic interest has been hogging the spotlight of your life as of late, things are about to change for the better. This is especially true when considering the Sun's shift into centrally driven Pisces and your intimate 8th house of mergers, shared resources, and collaborations today. Have you been depending on the opinions of others when it comes to a particular decision? The Moon's shift into Pisces and your communication sector will enrich your mind with new perspectives, some of which may require you to put in work. But if the love is worth the squeeze, then you know what to do. How can you stabilize your financial transformation? Today, the Sun leaves your opposite sign, beginning a fiscally focused astrological season. Pisces season is the time to ambitiously work on your investments, loans, funds, and assets. You may feel more stable by paying off debt and adjusting the loans that you have. Now could be the time for you to solidify your retirement plan, like committing to a fund. Sales, mergers, and other lucrative opportunities could arise through work. Regardless of what happens, take a slow and steady pace when considering your options. A lot of activity could be taking place in your neighborhood today. If you live in a major city, perhaps a movie or a news event is being filmed nearby, and the crowds are gathering. Don't be too shy to go out and see what's going on. If you don't live in a major city, this could be something as innocuous as new power lines being installed. Either way, expect a lot of excitement. Enjoy your day. Your open manner is reflected in your private life, taking pleasure in talking to new friends and exchanging points of view. Your friendly attitude could turn spontaneous chats into long-term friendships. Your family is very satisfied with these changes and enjoys your positive charisma. No matter how clearly you articulate what you're looking for, no one seems to understand. Why don't your friends see what you see? And why is it taking so long for someone who meets your standards to come by? Connecting with those people you admire most, you cannot help but make it obvious you fancy them. Your honesty and charm provide you with a pleasant naturalness that helps you succeed, and you flirt in this way. Your tenderness and sensitivity lets you get away with this direct approach and make headway. Don't take no for an answer today. Know what you believe in and stick with it. There is a distinct advantage in holding true to your inner nature. Don't let others throw you off course with their views of how things should be done. Be confident and don't worry about taking things over the top. There is no such thing as excess on a day like today. The more the merrier should be your motto. Use the energy of this day to look for unconventional ways of handling things. This can open up whole new possibilities for you. This vibration enhances your ingenuity and, given enough time to approach things in a creative way, you may even surprise yourself. You are one of the most inventive personalities there is, anyhow. Allow the effects of the energy to see you make even greater strides. Be sure to brainstorm with others if you hit a block. Just days before Venus and Jupiter are due to return to your relationship sector, the Moon not only wraps up its monthly visit but will spend its final hours here aligned with the dwarf planet Eris, the warrior princess of the cosmos. After banking the reality checks from the Sun's recent visit and with a new starting point, the Moon can fuel your emotional and passionate responses in a way that brings a reminder of what you are fighting for when it comes to what you want from your relationships and what they need from you. Just 3 days before Venus, the planet of love is due to return to your relationship sector. The moon wraps up its monthly visit, leaving you more emotionally engaged than just a few days ago. This is something you need to hold on to ahead of Venus' return, just as the stars align to bring the spirit of romance and adventure together. Our eyes in the sky. The moon in Pisces opposes Venus this morning, and our minds and hearts will be sharp and moving quickly. We'll have an opportunity to heal through socialization and casual conversation. However, Mercury's retrograde, which begins today, can throw a wrench into these healing vibes if we forget to be good listeners. Remember that social interactions should be about giving and receiving. After you've said your piece, be sure to stick around and listen to the people you encounter today. You'll need to be discerning when it comes to your conversations. Make sure you don't end up in the role of therapist for someone who lays all their problems on you then bails before you have a chance to talk about yours. The energy lightens up a bit in the afternoon, giving you a chance to mentally engage with the things you find interesting. Do some light research or reading if you have some free time. As we head into the evening, try to surround yourself with people who lift you up. Communication will be easy, and it can help you alleviate stress. When the moon is in Pisces, mental stimulation can make it hard to fall asleep, so stay away from screens for an hour before bedtime, and enjoy a cup of herbal tea to help you unwind before heading off to dreamland. In the early morning and evening, the moon forms square aspects to Mars and Venus, respectively, bringing an abundance of healing energy. Use this time to reconnect with yourself and the things you desire most. We might take our frustrations out on those who we are closest to because we assume our loved ones have the bandwidth to hold space for even our most irrational feelings. Be mindful that we are at the mercy of our passions now, and our behavior can hurt others if we are not careful. In the morning, the Pisces moon opposes Venus in Virgo, starting off the day on a sensitive note. Our emotional and romantic needs are at odds, making it difficult for us to communicate what we want. However, we are also frustrated when others fail to read our minds. We might be harboring an idealistic fantasy of our relationships while at the same time negotiating conflicts in a hypercritical way. It may be better now to take a break from social engagements and instead do something healthy or creative for your body and mind, like listening to your favorite music or relaxing with a good book. The cosmic weather is then quiet until the late afternoon, when the moon squares off with Mars in Gemini, exacerbating our moodiness. We find ourselves annoyed and irritated, especially in our intimate relationships. It is probable that we are still not communicating our needs, but now we are lashing out and making the other party feel like they have been insensitive. Our feelings are hurt, but it is we who have injured ourselves, not the other person. Try to take ownership of your emotions instead of casting blame.